I assume we're live. Thank you everybody for being here. Welcome again to Sony After Hour Support Extra. We call it Extra Sauce. My name is Derek, and with me is, as always, that guy.
Yeah, Larry. I hate that, dude. We need to figure out a better way for me. Hi, what's up, everybody? I'm Larry. We need to figure out. There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we can discuss, and we're welcome to feedback as well. But for those of you who do not know what this is all about, this is kind of just an extra time for us to kind of be on and discuss things Sony. There's already a couple of questions that have already come into the chat. That's really what we're looking to do, is just kind of offer some extra support. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. All right, TV guy, I see you. But welcome to everybody that's here. But if you do have a question about something that we can offer some support on, or just curiosity, let us know. And we do have a monthly bigger show that we do, because this is a little bit shorter. And that will actually be the one that we have next week, which will be later in the evening, actually after hours, like we normally are. So that said, let us know in the comments if you have any questions or concerns or whatever, and we'll do our best to answer the best we can. If you're watching this after the live, you can throw comments in there as well, and we'll get to those and respond to those in the comments. So there we go. I want to kick us off. I'm getting some crazy stuff going on because it's so windy out here. So I'm going to fix this real quick.
You should definitely do that. Hey.
I'm doing it. There we go.
Here we go. Okay, so while you're doing that, look, TV guy, like seriously, like I love the fact that you put just kidding, and what's up and hey to you, man. But we are collectively holding our breaths. All of us are. And interesting thing, and Derek, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but I'm going to do it because you have the A95L. I am not as fortunate to have the A95L. And earlier today, I was giving you a hard time about, the wait for the update or, what's happening, things that we know, but still. But you had a very interesting take on your experience with the A95L, and you've always been a hardcore OLED person. So
yeah,
obviously it's a lot to talk about, and we want to deliver on the expectations of the performance of A95L, specifically around Dolby Vision. Everyone is what we're talking about. But what is sort of what your feeling is as you've been watching content? I hate to do this to you, but it was very.
I know, you really put me on the spot, because there's going to be some people that are going to be probably a little hater on it, and that's okay, because that's the thing about TV is that everything is very subjective, and we do see some of the questions in there, so we will get to that as well. So don't you worry. But yeah, I've had the A95L for 4 or 5 months or so, and I've heard a lot about a lot of these concerns. I still absolutely love the TV. It is amazing. And I have done some comparisons between, Dolby Vision on versus off and different contents. And yes, there is a difference, but I know that, and I want to state this first. When you purchase something, you get a certain expectation. The A95L has a lot of expectations because it is such a premium TV with so many features that are packed in. And yes, you deserve to get those as promised, and the picture quality as promised. And I just want to make sure that people understand, because I know there's a lot of questions about, oh, how do you make it better? How do you make it better and do the things it's supposed to do? It still looks amazing. Yes, there's a little bit of a different tinge in the picture quality when it comes to color with Dolby Vision. But in my personal opinion, it's not deal breaking, because it still looks absolutely amazing. And maybe, again, I'm not the professional for, calibrating these things and stuff. And some people want that. Totally understand that. But for the average person like me that just can appreciate a good picture, which I do look for, it's only noticeable when I did an A/B comparison for me. Maybe I'm just one of those people, but I've been watching so many movies on it, so many shows, gaming on it as well, and it definitely is an incredible TV. So I know Larry kind of put me on the spot. I was not expecting that, but we were talking about that the other day, that it's still awesome of a TV, awesome picture quality and everything, but there is still more updates to come. So that'll happen. That'll happen.
I think, look, no, you said that perfectly. And it's funny, because when you shared it with me today, it was sort of what I felt, but I couldn't speak from any, first person experience with the A95L just from a day-to-day basis. So I couldn't touch that one. However, what's so interesting about that is, I think the disappointment is because the TV is so perfect, and that is the thing that people have identified as the one little, I'll call it the small tiny negative, about it right now currently that will be fixed. But I keep stepping back and I'm like, dude, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this. Like our biggest competitor doesn't support Dolby Vision at all. Like I wish there was as much outrage about their lack of support for Dolby Vision as there is for our one particular TV model that we're tirelessly working through being able to get a solution. So that's just kind of my 2 cents, man.
Yeah, and I guess to kind of answer the concern, because it is going to come up, is there are still updates coming. And to be fair, yes, I would agree, DS, that there are some features that were promised and it is an extended time. I totally understand that, because when you invest your money in a TV like this, you expect to get the features that you were expecting to see. Lots of stuff still being worked on. There is some more stuff coming in, and I know we're still in communications with some people to find out more specifics. And hopefully, if everything goes right, we should have, I guess you could call him an expert in that field, hopefully joining us next week. So we'll be able to ask those questions. I do quickly want to break away from this really quick to answer a question.
Sure.
Heaven Aaliyah, and I think I may have responded to your question in another video. The question is, does the Bravia 8 come with a smart remote? So yes, but it also depends on what you are considering a smart remote. So the Bravia 8 does come with a remote that does give you, let's see, it does have Google Assistant. Let's see, and it will have some of these buttons. This is older. This is from a K series, but Larry does have the new one. It does have the smart buttons on there too to actually press Netflix to actually turn the TV on, go to Netflix. You do have Google Assistant on there as well. Just kind of depends on what you're looking for in what you consider a smart remote. So if there's other things that you're looking for, let us know in the comments. Maybe we can offer another perspective on that.
Good stuff.
So as far as A95L, still we'll have some updates, and I'm really hoping we can have a special guest next week to offer some extra perspective on that too. And let's see.
Oh, on that, listen, I am pleading. Hold on, John, punch in. Come on, this is just like, look. Hey, when we have our special guest on our show, our special guest will be a senior TV trainer who is in all of the meetings, in constant, I should probably mute that, in all the communications with all of the engineers. Ask him every tough question you've ever wanted to ask. Make him earn every cent of the huge amount. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna blow. But anyway, he's looking forward to being on the show. He is a huge resource for us, and Trey is looking forward to all of your difficult, tough questions. So I'm putting the pressure on him publicly, and let's have fun with that.
Yeah, it's we will have an expert. We'll have some good stuff to talk about for sure. But yeah, we'll try to keep it to a limited time though, because I know we could probably talk forever about that specifically. But we will share what we know when we have something that we can share. DS does bring up, you guessed it, another quad question. One from the quad community group. I love that. Why does sound field need to be turned on to get Atmos and DTS:X? Well, maybe you could answer. I don't know. Do you have the answer for that one? I have some theories. I don't know if I was ever told that specifically.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific insight on that?
I think so, because sound field optimization is our baseline that identifies positioning and location of the speakers. You have to know the physical locations of the speaker in order to create the spatial sound situation, right? Because we understand that there's a series of 12 phantom speakers that are created within the quad space. In order to place those sounds where they should be in Dolby Atmos, even DTS:X, any 3D spatial audio, even if you look at 360 reality audio from a music standpoint, all of those features require the sound processor to be able to identify where those speakers are so it can perfectly place those elements based upon the metadata delivered. So that's why SFO has to be on.
That makes sense. Yeah, that was kind of my theory. But that is one of the great things about the quad, is that it can adapt to the room. So you don't have to have them perfectly symmetrical like so many audio solutions, or those audio snobs that got to have X amount of degrees based on distance and all that stuff. And I appreciate that they're passionate, that they have so much passion for it. Let's see. Just want to welcome everybody else who joined. Again, let us know in the comments if you have any questions. We'll do our best to answer in the way that we can. Let's see if we are allowed to, I guess is part of it. Let's see. We have just recently ordered a Sony XEL1. You guys have any favorite past Sony displays that you thought were cool? Now, there's probably a lot of people in here that are like, XEL1, what the heck is that? Look it up. It's awesome. I do not have one to show, but I know, Larry, I know you have a favorite model that we found at HQ one time. I'm blanking on it. Yes. Which model?
Oh, XBR8.
XBR, yes.
XBR8.
Yeah. Oh, I kept it on the list. Yeah.
Dude, that TV was the unicorn. Like, the name Triluminos has turned into what we do from a color management or a color delivery standpoint, which is an algorithm, right? It's why it's XR Triluminos. But the XBR8, go look it up. It was an RGB LED panel that was insane. I still have one right now. It is, historically speaking, the single greatest 1080p LED TV ever made by anyone on the planet. It is so incredible. And I still have it, and it's beautiful, and it works.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have a HX810 that I gave to my dad. 240 hertz, 3D capable, 1080p. I think it's probably 15 years old. Never had an issue with it. And that one I was just like, what do I do with it? And so my dad has it, loves it. So, but yeah, I haven't had any of the really, really cool special ones. So
I'm looking at that list. XBR4.5. I think I had an XBR4 and I gifted it to someone. I think it's the one that had the removable wraparound bezel that you could change the frame on it. I had a red frame actually on mine. Z90 is everyone's rare. Z90 was the first TV that your plasma purists looked at and said, all right, you win. So yeah, that's a good list. That's a heck of a list there.
That is. Oh. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah. In the 3D display. Yep.
John, can they hear you, or are you just talking to make this awkward?
He's just talking. Okay. Yeah, he's just talking to us.
You can't hear John. John is in our ears, and he's talking because he gets all excited about the old Sony tech too. But yeah, XBR8 was definitely on his list. Luca, good to see you here as well. Dolby Vision looks bad on any TV. I might disagree, but I'd be interested in having a conversation with you at some point to get why you say that, because I definitely would be interested. Will Tech, a lot of users are experiencing TCON errors, 5 blinking red lights when turning the TV on. As mentioned, the software issue that would be fixed via firmware update. Where is that update? I don't know which model you're referring to. I know that one of the joys of technology is no matter who manufactures it, no matter what company, there's always going to be some sort of issue that can arise. I know this does happen on occasion, but I don't know of any specific model that's at least been drawn to my attention as like exceptionally high. So let me know if you have a specific model that you're referring to, and we can definitely look into it for sure. Let's see, what else do we got? Andrew's watching on my trusty Vio Tap 11. Still looks amazing. Okay.
Whoa, hold on. John, you go over there, dig it out, John.
Okay. Yeah. So while Larry's doing whatever he's doing, digging something out. Oh, geez.
That is a Z series. It's filthy. That is a gloss carbon fiber Z series. It still works. I do Photoshop and stuff on this thing. It's filthy, but yes. Sorry.
Nice. Heaven Aaliyah, clarifying a little bit more. What I meant by that is smart remote and the Bravia 8 is that can you charge the remote up like a cell phone? That one does have the rechargeable. It's USB-C. Yes. It does have rechargeable batteries built in. So yeah, you can just charge that up, and you should be good to go. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let us know.
Nice.
Let's see. Ronan, good to have you here as well. Most producers use Dolby Vision because it's the best. Yeah, but people say Dolby Vision's only okay. See all the apps there's so many people that are utilizing Dolby Vision as a way to have if those of you who are not really familiar with what it is, it's scene by scene, frame by frame, mastered in a specific dynamic range, where versus HDR10, which sort of averages, but you might have scenes that are missing highlights or missing shadow detail. When it's mastered in this way in with Dolby, it actually can shift that range based on the scene, based on the needs of the creator. But that's also similar to like our creative modes. Like Prime calibrated mode is going to give you the ability to have that based on your content. Sony Pictures calibrated mode, Netflix adaptive calibrated mode. All those things kind of do that same thing by adjusting as needed with metadata.
Yep.
Let's see. J.R. Frazier. Why does Bravia 8 have no smooth gradation control? And why are the calibration controls limited to 10 point with no CMS? I know you had, you shared something with me, Larry, but I haven't had a chance to really read it because it was a lot.
I love it. I just
honestly, I expected this earlier.
Yeah, no worries. What I will say is, this is a great thing for us to dig into on our show next week. But what I will say is this, with regards to some of the picture quality features that exist on the different models and TVs, each TV is set up now more than ever to be able to offer different levels of adjustment. Now, of course, you look across the spectrum and all of our TVs right now, except for one, supports smooth gradation. And I think there's a couple of other features. But also, if you go back in time, if this is not new, this is very interesting that this has just popped up. But if you go back in time, we had the XR processor on X95K, for example, X93L, for example, that didn't have XR clear image. Or you can go and look at auto ambient optimization, where we had tone curve and white balance adjustment, where some TVs only offered auto tone mapping. So there's always been variations. It's very interesting that when you identify one, and smooth gradation, unfortunately, is not really a feature that a lot of people touch on, but you find that one, and I think it creates more of a smoke storm than a fire, if you will, because we've always had different types of features and customization options that are on our TVs that aren't all across the board, regardless of the processor. So that's as far as I'll say. But I know our special guest next week will be able to be able to give you all the dirt and information. So I don't want to take away some of the things we're going to talk about next week today.
Yeah, there will be a lot for sure. Definitely going to be a lot more for sure. We'll get to this question from Andrew after I get some of these specific product questions from Andrew about, it's kind of a random question. We'll get to that. Let's see. POC Angel, POC Angel, not really sure. Should I buy the A95L or wait for CES 2025 and buy the next A95M? I wish I had anything I could share. I actually do not know anything about next year's TVs at this point. And I do wonder what is the next evolution of what would go past the A95L. I honestly don't know. And typically, though, we don't announce a lot of our TV or anything TV during CES. We may have something that's maybe shown behind closed doors, or might be some squeaks of this or that. I honestly don't even know yet. We're actually waiting to find out what our parts of play is, because we'll be at CES. So if you're there, stop by and say hello if you get a chance. That'd be great. I hate that I don't have a good answer for that. I will say the A95L, I know there's a lot of concerns on it, but the vast majority are not having these issues or concerns. But it really depends on how you view the importance of getting all of these specific features, or how involved you are in making sure that your white point is super accurate for Dolby Vision. It really depends, but most people are probably gonna be more than happy with the A95L can do.
Yeah, at the risk of me getting yelled
at about the details.
Yeah, look, at the risk of me getting yelled at, here's what I will say. You're going to find yourself in the same position next year. Derek and I don't know. But let's just say there's an A95M that's announced, I don't know, at some point, before the summer. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, right? Mm-hmm. And then it becomes available sometime around, August. Again, just sort of being hypothetical here. Then August comes, you're ready to buy it, and then you're going to say, man, in 5 more months, there's CES. There might be another announcement.
Yep.
it is a very interesting thing, which is why we focus so much on our post-purchase support from firmware updates and software updates. I just got a notification last week of the C series. I don't even know what year that was. I got a notification that we just 2015. Okay, so almost 10 years ago, we just now suspended software and firmware update support for the C series TVs as of July of 2024. It blew my mind. So to Derek's point, and he has an A95L, he's definitely not complaining because I've tried to pry it away from him. But the A95L is going to continue to evolve with a series of firmware and software updates over the next several years that are going to continue to keep it as relevant as the hardware will allow. So feel comfortable.
Nice. I like it. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of Trey's in the chat too. So Trey, feel free to chime in if you have any additional bits of information that you can or want to share. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be experiencing fun next week, I hope. Let's see. I did see another question here. Really quickly, Heaven Aaliyah, what app do you use? Oh, there was another question I missed. Oh yeah, looking into getting the Bravia cam, can you pause the TV by raising your hand? Yeah, there are, I don't remember how many specific gestures that you can do, but I know you can
at
turn
least
off the
6.
TV, pause, play. I think you can do volume up and down, I think.
Yep. You can
Something
do volume
like
up, volume down, power on, power off. Yeah, I think there's like 6.
It sounds right. Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And then of course you get the other benefits that come along with it as well. Let's see. I think you had another question too. What app do you have to use to video chat with the Bravia Cam? Be compatible with Zoom, and is it still compatible with Google Meet?
It is called Meet. Yes.
Okay. Those are the two that I know of. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some third-party ones that I'd never heard of before.
I'll let Trey dig into this one next week, but there was discussions of it working with a different meeting platform, but I don't remember what happened with that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Such great information there. Thank you, Larry. There was this thing that it could do these incredible things, but I'm not sure if that's true or not yet.
This is cool. One side of my brain wanting to be very detailed, another side of my brain saying you love your job. So
yeah, right, that is also a thing.
Not yet, John. No disclaimer yet.
Michael Beckerman, good to have you back as well. And actually, I think we missed your initial question that popped up just before we went live about being able to sort of access networked content. When you go into the media player on the TV, if it's on the same network, it should read other devices. Off the top of my head, I don't know what sort of formatting everything needs to be in order to do that, though. But there is a way to access content via network for sure. And there are different apps that you can download too that can also help facilitate that. But you also have another question. I don't know if I missed anything, Larry, let me know. Another question, do all Sony TVs that offer triluminous tech incorporate quantum dot technology or only some of them? How do you know for sure what Sony TVs actually have quantum dot tech and which ones don't? An interesting question, Larry.
As far as the current TV models that are available, the Bravia 7 and Bravia 9 support quantum dot technology, as well as A95L. A95L is a QD OLED, so by definition, it's quantum dot OLED. That one's easy. But if you dig deep into the spec sheets on Bravia 7, or even if you're in a retail store, Bravia 7 and Bravia 9, you'll see the listing of Neo QLED, which is a quantum dot technology, a layer that's definitely in those two TVs. So
cool. Yep. Yeah.
Those are the public ones. Oh, you know, I had to throw that in there.
I know. Yeah, there's some stuff that we can't really speak to on that for various reasons, but yeah, we can say that for sure. Will Tech, adding to his question earlier about T-Con errors, saying is the A95L. Thankfully, I've not experienced that myself, but hopefully we'll have some more information on that as we get more specifics on upcoming software updates. So stay tuned. Let's see. DS, so the A95L, is there any way they could add the detailed signal info to the internal apps? Maybe. I can share that. Trey,
what do we mean by the detail? I'm curious. I don't forgive me.
I'm assuming it's like the
that's for
audio
nerds?
quality, probably the resolution, just to confirm. I'm guessing, but if you could clarify DS, that'd be great. But Trey, you got that? You got that note? You can share that? Thanks, buddy. I hope so. Let's see. Joey B in the house. Good to see you, sir. Flexing. I love it. Ooh, that bionic arm. Awesome. Let's see what else. What else do we got? Dolby telepathy. Oh boy. I love it. Let's see.
Oh man.
Where are all the promised features of the A95L that the A95L would get that the Bravia 9 example voice zoom. Okay, wait, let me rephrase that. Where are all the promised features that the A95L would get that the Bravia 9 has? Got it. Been a long time since the 9 came out and still no features. Yeah, there is still updates coming. So stay tuned and we will have those details hopefully very soon and we'll share when we can.
I guarantee that they're coming. I guarantee that they're coming.
There's a lot. There's a lot coming.
For
sure. Yeah. There's a lot coming for sure. And I do want to say this though too. Like, I understand. I'm a customer first, and I have bought a lot of technology, and I've worked in retail way too long, selling technology. So I totally understand, and am 100% by everybody who's like, well, hey, you promised this. Where is it? I 100% get that. And that's actually kind of the purpose for what Larry and I are doing here. We are not high in the chain. I just want to be clear of that. Our purpose is really to be that bridge between you, our customers and fans, and the people that can make those decisions and potentially make things happen. We just want to make sure that we are sort of being that extra voice to say, yeah, we are getting this concern a lot. So please keep sharing the concerns. We are absolutely hearing you and we are sharing that. Trey is here. He knows because he's one of those people we share all this with because he's more in connection with engineers and smart people to really get this to the right people. So just know we are absolutely listening and we do care 100% and we're going to do our best to make these things happen. However, I know that we can't promise everything will be taken care of exactly when, just because we don't have that information, but we will absolutely share it when we do.
Facts.
Let's see. What else do we got? What else do we got? J.R. Fraser, guys, I appreciate your response with the issue. It's going back to the A80J. 8 series OLEDs have had the features controls. I would get limiting controls on a cheaper model, but not a Bravia OLED. Not sure I'm fully. Would we have issues with stuff like that at A80J? Got it. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the full details on that. We're working through because that is fairly new question that was brought up, so I don't have all the information for that, but rest assured we are definitely looking into that to find out what the details are and how to best explain whatever the situation is. Let's see, just an FYI for the guys who are getting the PS5 Pro, the PS5 Slim's faceplates do not work on the Pro. I did some research because I had a couple people reach out. What I was told is the hard drive, there's like multiple pieces. I have not changed mine, so I can't say 100%. So I can look into it if you have specific questions, or you can also send us an email. This is a good time to bring up the email as well. We don't actually work on the PlayStation side, so we don't have a ton of visibility. But based on my understanding, if I'm understanding the question or comment correctly, is that of the case changes you can do, only the part that fits over the disk drive actually fits correctly. That's what I was told through some questions that were brought up. So if you have any other ones, definitely let us know too. We'll do our best to get those answered. Yep. Let's see. I think we can start wrapping up because we are kind of at our time.
Well, 75 Starfish has a
Oh,
question.
yes.
I'm a gamer.
Hmm.
Will we be able to download the GeForce Now app onto the A95L? Derek, you would have to confirm A95L. I just
Yeah, I do
pulled it
not
up on
know.
the Bravia 9. Yeah, Bravia 9, I'm looking at it right now. So GeForce Now Cloud Gaming. So it is available
Hmm.
on Bravia 9. So I would sneaky suspicions that you will be able to, but again, I don't have an A95L. So I can't confirm that 100%.
I will definitely check that out. Um, I'll put a comment on the video after once I have that answer, so you can come back to this, check it out, and I'll let you know if I can confirm that I see it on my TV. My what?
Ah,
My what?
your
Which one?
your your glass
Oh.
Life Space UX. Yes, good eye, Andrew.
Yeah, this is does it have our name on it?
It
It
should,
does
right?
not.
It's like barely. I thought mine did in like gray.
Uh dude, I don't know.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
buttons or the controls on the bottom. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything that actually says the name on there. But yeah, this thing is I don't have it charged up right now, but it's actually really cool. Let's see. It's
Andrew,
got a
you
little
just
LED light
exposed
in there.
you exposed Derek for having a knockoff Life Space US glass. How dare you? Wow.
Yeah.
Come on,
No,
like
it's
that's
real. I just
dirty.
don't have it charged. Sorry. It's older. It's micro USB. I'm sorry. It's not
If he
USB-C. I
drops
don't
it,
have
it'll
it.
be just fine. It's made of plastic. So, no, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh, yeah. Well. All right, cool.
Too funny.
Let's see. We're gonna start wrapping up though. So obviously if there's any questions, definitely get those in. Let's see what we are missing. Let us know if we missed your question though too, because I don't want to make you miss anybody if that's here right now. Ali, let's see. Is there a list of TVs that will get Voice Zoom 3 on Sony's website? And is Voice Zoom compatible with Sony AVRs? So we can say currently not compatible with the AVRs, at least with the current existing lineup. I don't think there is a list of what's upcoming. A95L is, I believe, it's not listed. I think we're expecting it. Are we not? I don't know. I would love to see it
A95L?
on that. Yeah, because I would
We're
love to see
expecting
it.
we're
I would
expecting
love to see it go back as far as, gosh, how far back would we hope to go?
in a
I think
perfect
it'd be cool.
world,
Yeah.
J series.
That'd be nice. Do you
Jay
think it
would
would
make a
go?
lot of
Do
people
you think
happy.
that's possible? I would love to see it as far back as we could possibly get. But that's the thing is
Yeah.
like, I know, and I know we've come across this before, is we can speculate on the
Yep.
stuff that's coming down the road, but sometimes we don't know what is a hardware limitation versus a software limitation, because software you can usually get around with updates, but hardware you cannot. And even though we have like XR processor for years, there are some other technical differences within it that can be a limiting factor. But I'd love to see it go back to okay too, but we can dream at least. Were you gonna say? I think I cut you off.
No, I was
Oh.
gonna do a disclaimer moment, but I won't. I'm gonna or Titus Troy 2 had a great question that I do not want to. Okay. Uh,
It's because he has a Bravia 9.
how come you
That's
don't
why he
own an
doesn't have A95.
A95? Well, that's part of it. I do have an A95K, and I gotta be honest with you. The A95L is absolutely a better TV than the A95K, but without having an A95L, I have not felt a need for me. I don't feel like I'm lacking anything on the A95K. The A95K is my primary viewing TV. That is the TV I watch the absolute most, aka my daughter's TV. So it is that's I'm gonna say that's part of it. But other than that, it's because I have a Bravia 9.
Oh darn. Oh no. Yeah. Good question though, for sure.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a good point. Yeah.
where is that?
In talking about, yeah, Big Phil says I would love to see Voice Zoom 3 added to HTA9. So I'll take this one, Derek. Yeah, so I want you guys to keep in mind, Voice Zoom 3 natively operates on the current lineup of televisions. Our current theater products, Bravia 8, Theater Bar 8, Bar 9, and Quad support the feature Voice Zoom 3 in a handshake with the TV. So the TV technology owns, or the TV owns Voice Zoom 3. So you won't be able to get that support standalone in a previous model like HTA9. And also you can't pair an HTA9 with, let's say, a Bravia 9 and be able to get the HTA9 to support Voice Zoom 3. A thing that we didn't add, and I think we didn't add on Ali's question regarding the AVRs. The AVRs do have speaker lift up features, so different than center channel lift. So different than Voice Zoom 3, it does take the center channel audio and lift it up closer to where the screen would be, not down below where most center channels are placed. So it has a technology that does give emphasis on the center channel and most vocal support, but not the same.
Yeah. Voice Zoom 3 is a different animal altogether, and it'll be great to see what we do with it in the future too. Hopefully it'd be cool to see it integrated into more things if that's possible, but we can hope. Big Phil did have another question too. Is there a way to turn off the auto backlight function for some of the higher end TV remotes, the premium remotes that are backlit? The remote's great, but it seems to go through batteries a lot. I don't think so. I'm not sure if you know of a way, because it wouldn't be like a TV function because it's the remote, because you can get another remote. Yeah, maybe there might be like some sort of button sequence to do it possibly. I have to look into it. I'm curious about that. Good question.
I'm digging. Only reason why I'm wondering, this is me doing wishful thinking. You update, boys and girls, you can update your remotes for those that didn't know. You update your remote through the TV. The TV. So, I don't know. I don't see anything even on the new ones.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that for sure.
That's a good question. I think that's so funny because we had backlit remotes years ago when our remotes were like this tall, and then everyone complained about the battery drain because of the backlight, and so we stopped doing backlit remotes. And then undoubtedly, you know what happened after that?
People
you guys don't make backlit remotes.
Yeah, that's always the stories. Like, you do this. Oh no, that's not doing this, or it's too much. Okay, we'll take it away. No, now it's not doing that. And they're like,
yeah.
I wish we could have everything specially made for everybody. That'd be amazing. Just Dropped says, have you guys gotten a chance to see the InZone M10S, and how is it? We have seen it, however, not with anything cool, if that makes sense. We literally just we shot some B-roll of it, and we just put basically like just an image on the screen and recorded some B-roll. So I can't really say as far as how it does for gaming, anything like that, because I haven't experienced it. But I will say that being familiar with OLED, TVs, like, it definitely had that OLED punch in its
beautiful,
stupid, sleek design that just looks awesome, and the new stand is incredible. Such a great thing. So, but I just can't exactly speak to the performance, but everything I've heard about it so far has been very good. Very good. DS Now app is available on the A95L. So I appreciate you looking out. Man, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Good support.
Yeah.
All right. So we're getting down to the last few here. Will Tech. Sony Bravia 8 says it has XR processor in the box, but has been found the TV does not have one because smooth gradation options are missing. Why stayed on the box and not really have? So I know this was a question that did come up, and we did sort of talk a little bit about it, but because this is a new question, we don't have a lot of what the answer is or why things are looking the way they are. So we really can't speak on that. But we're definitely looking into finding some sort of, I guess, explanation for whatever that is, why those features aren't there or whatever. We'll see what we can find out.
Can I need to not even, but I will. I kind of said it earlier, but I'll simplify it super, super, super simple. The processor itself is still going to be specific to the TV. And I'm going to give you a great example. If you go look at the menu system on an X90L, it's an X90L series that has an XR processor. And then go look at the menu system that's on the A95L, which is also an L series XR processor. You will find 1,000 things different between the two.
Mm.
Our processors are designed to provide the feature set specific to that one TV. If there is a presence or an absence of a feature, there's possibly some reason behind it. I'm 1,000% not sure, right? Same thing with A80L last year having XR clear image support, but X93L didn't support XR clear image. So there's tons of examples of it, but tune in next week on our evening show where you can ask and press Trey all night about that same question.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, so Trey, be ready. Gonna have some questions.
You'll have much better answers. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Michael Beckerman offering, shouldn't there be a button on the remote to turn that off? I guess in theory, but I think it's probably one of those things that if you make a button, people would accidentally hit it, and then they'd be like, now it doesn't work. And I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I could be wrong.
Do you know how much time is spent debating on what buttons are on the remote? You guys have no idea. Our projectors, we have, I'm trying to remember the total count, Trey, you may know offhand. Globally, for the same lineup of TVs, there is, I think, 25 different remote configurations specific for every single region. It is crazy. But I know our projectors still have light on, light off on the remote all the time. But then the complaint on that is the light doesn't stay on long enough. So it's so great. But yeah, Trey, if you could take that back to Tokyo, we would like either a button sequence to turn the backlight off or be able to turn it. We have people buying the backlit remote to use with their non-backlit remote supported TVs, which is I love it. This is all great. Sorry, I'm rambling.
No, that's okay. All right, we're just going to wrap up here. There is another question from Khalid. Sorry if I said that wrong. I apologize. Hi guys. I recently purchased the new link buds open for my dad. I noticed the packaging had a lot of hazard warning labels. Is there a reason for that decision? It kind of ruins the packaging. I get it. I know. The first time I saw this when it came out, I was like, whoa, like what is that? But to be fair, they are realistic warnings that I think is always good to get out there, especially because of how small these are getting. The first warning on there is an ingestion hazard. So yeah, sure, it's not ideal for the beauty of the packaging, but at the same time, how do you put the beauty of packaging above saving a life? I guess it's just one of those things that's worth being safer than I guess more of a sleek look, I guess.
Yeah, but I feel like something. Now I want to know the story. I feel like something in the world of consumer electronics prompted this. I want to know.
I'm sure the amount of swallowed earbuds has blown up in the last couple of years. Yeah, because the warning, there is one of those things, and I'm not going to get into that, but it could be one of those things that it happens and it becomes a lawsuit because you didn't warn me enough that it was a problem. So I respect that I'd rather be safe than not.
You remember when the detergent pods, I don't care if it's branding, they had to change all the secure caps. It used to be just a little simple flip top until kids started eating detergent pods. Yeah. So now they have the click lock tops on them. It's the same similar situation. There's an action that prompts these kind of warnings.
Yeah, lawyers require it. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I don't see it on other brands. Yeah. Khaled said he doesn't see it on other brands. It's a great question. When Derek and I first got the packaging, we were like, "What?"
Yeah, kind of caught me off guard, but let's see. There was I saw one. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, Claudio, been here before. Welcome back. Is there any app that would allow similar functionality to Ambilight? I'm not familiar with that. Are you sounds like ambient lighting types of oh, John, did you just look that up? Is that what it is? Or are you guessing? Oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, or if you suggest if you need to have something also from Sony. I got it. I got it. Okay. So yeah, so sort of like there's this increase in a lot of these smart lights that go behind the TV for bias lighting that kind of reacts to whatever's happening on the screen. I haven't heard of anything yet. Not that we're involved with. I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I know a lot of times what I see, and this is just my perception of it. I feel is really just dedicated towards the picture and sound quality and functionality of the picture and sound experience. That's a cool feature, and it can enhance the room experience. Not gonna lie, I bias lighting in my TV downstairs. I don't have it color changing; it's just like a warm tone. But yeah, I don't think that's really something that they focus on. Not to say that's not going to happen, because I think that'd be cool, but
Right.
we'll have to see.
Hmm.
I think that's a good idea. We'll see.
Interesting.
Cool. I think we are caught up. So I think we should cut it there because we're actually, hopefully Oliver took care of the call that we be on 18 minutes
Yeah, we're
ago.
supposed to have a
I'm
call right
sure
now.
it's
Okay.
fine. Let's see. One last question from Michael Beckerman. Do we know yet any of the chatbot apps out there from companies like OpenAI, Anthropic will be granted access to the voice feature? I haven't heard anything on that. I feel like that's a not a touchy place to go, but I know that there are so many people that are still so wishy-washy with having anything that can record them in any way. So adding more features like that would be great for a bunch, but there would be a lot of people too that would have a big problem with that. So I'm sure it's a very delicate balance to navigate through. I asked people at Sony for bias lighting support ages ago. I know, Luca. I know you have, because I've seen you bring that up a lot, and I agree with you. In my opinion, it's the only way to really light a room when you're watching movies and stuff like that is bias lighting. So cool. I think that'll do for today. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate the time. Larry, thank you for joining. John as well in my head. Appreciate you for doing the camera switching and all that good stuff. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you do like what we are doing. Let us know in the comments any questions or suggestions. Send us an email. We're going to be here to kind of support and at the very least listen and share concerns with the people that can have some good reasons or get that up the chain to the more important, smarter people. So yeah, join us next time. Like and subscribe too. I guess that's the thing I got to say too, because that is one thing. And I saw Ronan, thank you for shouting that out earlier. I appreciate that. The more likes and comments we get, the more we can tell our bosses that people like what we're doing so that we can keep doing it, because we do have a lot to do. But we want to keep doing this because I feel that this is really important and is going to make a difference in the end. So
Yep. Yeah.
cool.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely. Shout
Anything
out
you got,
to
Larry?
PS5. Next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yes.
It's the big show, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Anyway, California time. So be there. Also, to Derek's point, like and subscribe. We're still working on the sweepstakes. We've got all product category groups on board except for one. You know who you are. So
it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But there's some good
ready
stuff
to announce it. It's a ton of stuff, to the point where John had to work with legal, and they let us know that there's a total sweepstakes dollar amount limitation that we cannot exceed. Fun fact, didn't know that. So we're real close to it. So yeah, but it's really good. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. We should probably share all that information on the next show, like fully roll it out and be ready to go.
It sounds like a plan. Cool.
Right,
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Let us know how we're doing with the likes and the comments and all that good stuff. We appreciate the time. Let everybody know about this. It'd be great to have some more people jump in and challenge us, ask us questions, and if we can offer support, we'll do that. So cool.
100%.
All right. Talk to you in a few minutes, Larry. I'm sure we got stuff to do.
Yes, we do.
Take care, everybody.
All right, guys. Take care. See you soon. Thank you.